Hello, everybody. It's Kuro here. Sorry about not getting a video out last week. I was sick and then Thanksgiving and that whole deal. But I did manage to get some playing in. I recorded all of that. Don't have any vocals for it, so I think what I'm going to do is make a montage out of that. As you can see, my win streak kind of reset and everything. I think today what I'm going to do to see how far I've come is I'm going to try doing it on hard. So instead of trying one of these new guys, which I'll do next time, I'm going to just use Isaac, the same one I've been using. On a happy note, I may have figured out how to fix my... Never mind. So the slow-mo issue isn't fixed. I may know how to... that may be the issue. Okay, so I'm facing Gluttony and he seems pretty easy. While I was sick, I decided to catch up on some videos from my favorite YouTubers. And I've learned quite a bit more about the game. Just a moment. I hope that doesn't show up in the video. If it does, oh well. That may fix it. It looks like it is. A little bit. So, I know a bit more about the stuff, but still not any better playing it than I was. Except for the little bit of practice I got. So I'm going to try and do a bit more commentary on the game itself, but in all honesty, I can't really figure out how to do that. The game kind of speaks for itself, and it's not like a strategy game where you can make a bunch of plans and talk about them. I will say I'm glad that these spiders aren't being the bane of my existence again. And again. And again. I'm just going to make a long story short on that one. Spiders hate me. I found that out over Thanksgiving. Oh boy. I really have no name for these guys, other than maybe jumpy spiders, but... yeah, I'll just go with jumpy spiders. And Halo of Flies. I believe I got that one before, and it stopped bullets and... well, tears and blood, and did damage to the enemies. Let's see if I'm right on that. I guess not. Half a heart for nothing. Well, on the plus side, heart doesn't take all my heart. Still keeps it half a heart for the first part of it. Next time I'm not sure if I probably will go with someone new next time, but if I don't, I'll be going for one of the challenges that I have unlocked. Speaking of unlocks, over the past week while I've been playing this, I've gotten a lot of stuff unlocked. I say a lot. A lot to me. I know there's like 300 plus items and who knows what else in the game. But I've unlocked quite a few items, gotten a few, I guess it would be achievements. Still only beat the heart twice, which makes me kind of sad. I keep dying at like floor 3 or 4 every time. Ah, crap. Die. Well, I can already tell this run isn't going to be very long. So, on a brighter note, school for me is nearing an end for this semester, so I should be getting a lot more videos out over the coming few weeks. Just so you guys are aware. I'm not sure if I'll increase the number I release each week, or if I'll just keep it at 2 or 3 a week, and then have myself kind of a buffer in case I get sick again or there's another holiday weekend. But for the most part, I'd like to keep it at making the videos each week and then releasing them during the week, so I can get input from you guys on what's wrong, what happened, or in the case of last time, the impossible chance of the telepills working like that, which, thanks to a YouTuber, I am drawing a complete blank on your name right now, mostly because I don't want to die to Widow. Thank you for informing me that my game not only didn't break, which I found out shortly after that when I tried going back into the game to make sure my data hadn't corrupted or anything, but I apparently did something that was actually put in the game and intended to happen, just very rarely. You said it was like 1 in a million chance, and the chance of it happening twice is just... I have a friend that took statistics and probability and all that stuff. His head hurt trying to figure it out, so take from that what you will. But that'll probably never happen again, unfortunately. I'm just happy I decided to start playing Isaac and record all my runs to see where I went wrong, try and improve, and to make videos out of it for you guys. And please don't die, please don't die. Saw that coming from a mile away. So... why not? I'll go with another run. Make this a double run video, since it is hard. I've heard a lot of people complain on this game, or at least some people, complain about the fact that there's no, this is how you move, this is how you use an item, this is how you shoot, like in here. Last one it was like, I think it's E to use a bomb, and space to use an item, and then the attack and move were laid out, but they're not here. And I know one YouTuber that I watch couldn't figure out why they would do that, and was having issues finding a way to set controls, which he tried to do it from the in-game menu while you're playing instead of from the actual start menu where you go in, you have your new game continue, all that kind of stuff, where you have there's options and stats down there in the options where you actually change it, in case any of you don't know. But they have it set up for controller use, and they have it set up so you can change a bunch of stuff except this pixel art style. The best you can do is smooth it and make it look like it did in Flash to a point, but I don't know. Personally, I like it this way because I'm an old school gamer. I grew up on Super Nintendo, Sega Master System, the old brick Game Boys, and that kind of stuff. So playing Zelda and Metroid and that made me love this game, just in the art style aspect. Even more so when I found out that those helped influence some of the game, not as far as enemies, but the look and the play style for adventuring through dungeons like this and facing off against enemies for an unknown reason at first. At least, I think that's how it was put. But, point is, old games like Zelda had an influence on this game when the original was being made. And, yeah, it just makes me, crap. Get away, get away, get away. Oh, that's right, I had a soul heart. Alright, so it's not as bad as I thought. But I can understand where people are coming from with the look, because a lot of games nowadays look really good compared to this, at least art-wise. But I don't know. It makes it feel like an old school game, but it plays like a new school game. So people like me who grew up on that kind of stuff, this is just a throwback to when we were kids. And not only that, but the amount of data it actually takes to program in an art style is pretty severe. Because if you think about it, putting in the pixels to make this body of Isaac that you're playing, the system has to register, okay, this is the pixels, this is how they're aligned, this is how they move. The lower pixel rate, the less it has to do, and the more stuff that you can actually put in a game, the more you can make it do. So pretty much it's between I want it to look like this and I want it to work like this. And they went with the work like this, and I know a lot of people couldn't be happier about it. Personally, I love the way they went with it. But I can understand where other people are coming from with the looks, considering the old one was made on Flash and they couldn't do this pixelated style. And I think that's soy milk? It is. A lot of people don't like this because it reduces the damage and it makes you knock enemies a ways away, but I think it could actually be pretty good if you get some good synergies with it. I hate this room. I can also understand people wanting the old style put in, which they could probably do that with an update. Then your computers would have to be even better to run it, and it would take even longer to download. Wow. That's just terrible damage. Yeah, so I think the main issue with a lot of people is the same thing everyone has on the internet. It's change, and we don't like change. Which... and I'm gonna let my psychology teachings come out in this. Humans in general don't like change. It's not something we deal with easily. And that's even more so on the internet when people spend a bunch of their time there, or in video games where people spend a bunch of time on a game in a particular style and then it changes, and it may change how they make things move, so you can't immediately detect the attack style like you could before, and other things like that. I heard from one YouTuber that I watched that apparently in the previous Isaac game you didn't have as much slippage, which is essentially when you stop walking you keep moving a little bit, and I can see how that could be a bit of a problem, but it's not really that much of a deal breaker in the long term, because you're not the only one that has to deal with that. The enemies do too, and it's just something you have to get used to for moving around and detecting where the enemies are going to go for movement. But wow, I said I was going to try and do more on the game for commentary, but alright, so dog food for dinner. Wow. So I just wrecked Dingle, and I still don't see why people don't like this item. Yeah, I think I'll take the cursed room. I really shouldn't have taken the cursed room. Yeah, I can understand all sides of this debate, being as I've been on all sides of the debate, but in all honesty, the creators or creator, the main guy behind this, actually said that when they made it, they wanted the art style to be more pixelated like old Zelda games and that, which they did here, but they also kind of updated it to keep with the style that everyone else knew, which is a good middle ground. And personally, the fact that they did that, they really didn't have to. They could have just said, this is the art style we want. If you don't like it, you don't have to play it. But I don't know. It seems like a really stupid problem to have with this game. Because it's a great game. The gameplay mechanics are still amazing. And it's pretty cheap as far as massive games nowadays are concerned. I mean, Dragon Age Inquisition comes out, $60. And you might play it for 300 hours, but it's going to be the same story every time. The only thing that's really going to change is what character you use, and for some time, what choices you make. But it's a massive story, so I'm not ripping on that game at all. What I am saying, though, is this game has a lot more replayability because they sacrificed some on the art style and put more into the actual gameplay. Which I'm not going to go into that. I've got a lot of gripes about current games on that. Yeah. The main thing to remember is this game, the creators wanted to look like this initially. So what you're wanting is not what was originally supposed to come out. But I can't even commentate on these guys because I don't know what they're called. I didn't play the previous one, and apparently the previous one had a this is what the enemy is after you've beaten Mom and Mom's heart when the credits are rolling through. But this one doesn't, which makes it hard for me, being that I've only played Rebirth, to commentary this stuff on this enemy is like this and that kind of thing. But it does make it a lot more fun to me where I can say stuff like, oh my god, the Holy Eye guys are coming after me, or something like that. Just make up my own names for them. While playing, I did have some disturbing thoughts about this game. Like, okay, dog food, a bowl of what looks to be shit, and that kind of stuff is your dinner and dessert and that kind of thing. You get what's called the concussive shot. It's a bar of iron, I think it is. Iron or lead, something like that. And it's just stuck in your head like someone shoved it in there. And the golden touch one, the Midas touch, it turns you gold, which I'm guessing is supposed to be you've gotten it and now you're Midas, which, why you turn gold, I don't know. Then you've got items like the moon, which it gets shoved in your head and then you have your own gravitational pull. I'm guessing is how that works. And the tears, the boomerang tears, is a broken mirror. That one I can kind of understand, but it still seems a little weird. Yeah. Overall, the game's items make for some very disturbing thoughts as you're playing. Like, what did Isaac actually go through to reach this point? Is this normal for his life, or is this just what he's done to try and get away from his mom? Which, if that's the case, I'm gonna go with his mom is crazy and didn't actually hear the voice of God, and Isaac's just trying to escape from a completely deranged woman wanting to kill him. Which makes a lot more sense to me. with the bowls of shit and dog food and iron bars shoved in your head and razor blades that you hurt yourself and deal more damage. Seriously dark stuff. But it makes it fun, and I can understand why a couple people I've talked to have had issues with this game, saying it's bad influence. But really, when you're trying to escape someone that wants to kill you, you'll resort to pretty much anything to get away. That's just common knowledge of human behavior. And Monstro's down. Aww. Figure's no deal with the devil. I got hurt so many times. HP up. That's disturbing. So apparently I've either become a rooster or I've become a Balchinian. Either way, it's going to be hard to look at that. Yeah, but for those of you who have seen my other videos and liked them and commented on them, thanks a lot. It helps out. It really does, being a new YouTuber like I am. And if you have any suggestions on how to make this better, feel free to put them in the comments. Until I get somewhere around like 200 or 300 subscribers and thousands of comments a day and like 5 or 6 videos every few days type of thing, I'll probably be looking at all the comments on all my videos ever whenever something new pops up, just because I'll actually have the time as compared to the situation I laid out with the multiples of subscribers and viewers and commenters and everything else. Seriously, stop boning me. Don't take that out of context, please. Yeah. Oh. So that you guys know, I apparently like getting hit with bones. I unlocked Magdalene, I think her name is, and Kane over the weekend and Thanksgiving. And I think the next one will be with one of them. But right now, it's obvious I'm still not back up to snuff. Or it may just be because I've been playing on hard, which for a new guy like me, getting to the 2nd level is... I'll consider that an accomplishment for hard. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and commentating and everything else on these. It really helps out. Here's to hoping I can get even more of you to view them, and just get a few more of you guys watching and going along for the ride and commentating on this kind of stuff and just having fun along with me. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Like if you liked the video, just because I know that there's people, I only say people, friends of mine have commented to me that they tend to forget the buttons are even there. So again, if you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. It just tells me I've done something wrong and I need to figure out what it is to try and be better. If you have ideas of what I could do to get better at this, or to be a better YouTuber for comments or anything like that, post them in the comments, message me here on YouTube, I don't care which. Yeah. Other than that, as always, if you want to see more of these and know when new ones are coming out and all that kind of stuff, subscribe to my channel. Don't have to. Just makes it a whole lot easier to know when new ones have come out. Who knows? Maybe I'll get the impossible pills again. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. This is Kuro out.